Hey guys, Melissa Smith here with Smith-Realtor Realty, the Paula Smith Group. I'm going to be doing a live neighborhood tour of my listing at 2140 North Pennsylvania here in about 10 minutes. It is in the downtown Herron Morton Historic District, and I can't wait to show you the neighborhood. Stay tuned. Hi, so here I am at 2140 North Pennsylvania. We are approaching the home. And here is the beautiful home right off of Pennsylvania, which will be the future red line. There are the neighbors. This neighborhood is amazing because it has lots of neighborhood events, but doesn't even have an HOA fee. So they have their own Oktoberfest here, and a summer block party, and a progressive dinner each year. And the architecture of all the homes is just amazing. As you can see, I'm walking by some other homes, just beautiful houses. Pretty much every house has a nice front porch, and the neighbors will hang out on the front porch and talk with one another and meet each other. And this neighborhood even has a farmer's market that they do. So they have their own little farmer's market, which is super, super fun. So this is the street. You can hear the birds chirping. It's finally spring. And there's the home again. So now I am driving to a local restaurant. It's called Shoe Fly Public House, and it is walking distance from the home. So we are driving. You can just see some more architecture as we go. Next to Shoe Fly is Mashcraft Brewery. So we're on a one-way on Pennsylvania, so we had to go around, but now we're heading back towards Shoe Fly and heading towards Mashcraft and Shoe Fly, which are both walking distance. You could always ride your bikes even. You could take one of the scooters down here, and you can see right ahead of us is Shoe Fly Public House. And Shoe Fly Public House is a local restaurant, and they are known for their original take on kind of bar food, but it's upscaled a little bit. And you can see right here that there is outdoor seating, and it's a beautiful day for that. They also have comedy nights and events throughout the year, which are super fun. So now we're going towards Delaware on 22nd Street, and you can see right there below the apartment buildings is Mashcraft, and that's Mashcraft Brewery, which is a delicious local brewery. I am a big fan of IPAs, and their Red Light IPA is delicious. It's a blood orange IPA. So now I drove about 4 blocks, and as I mentioned, the home is in the Herron Morton Place Historic District. And so we started over on 22nd and Penn, went towards Mashcraft and Shoe Fly, and now we are at Herron Morton Place Park. And this park is great for kids, obviously. It's super cute, it's really kept up, and this is about 3 blocks from the home. So if you do have a little tyke, or if you babysit or anything, here is a nice place where a lot of the neighborhood kids come to play. So right now we are driving south toward CFI, the Center for Inquiry, which is one of the schools that is highly spoken of here in the Herron Morton Place District, and that's a school that a lot of the neighborhood kids go to. So we're gonna be arriving there in just a moment, and the high school that is also spoken highly of that kids go to in the neighborhood is Herron High School. So that is great to have both of those options for a family that wants to be in the city, but also obviously wants to have a good education for their children. One thing that I haven't mentioned yet is on by the house, they are making a transit system in Indianapolis right now. And so this is going to be called the Red Line. And 21st and Penn, which is the address, 2140 North Pennsylvania, is literally going to be right by the Red Line. Like, you will be able to walk to the Red Line if you wanted to and use it to get both south, closer to downtown, and north, up towards Broad Ripple. So as I'm talking here, we are arriving at the Center for Inquiry, and you might be able to hear kids. There's some kids on the playground right now. Obviously, I'm not going to video them, but it's the Benjamin Harrison School 2 Center for Inquiry. So it's one of the highly rated schools, highly spoken of schools here downtown Indianapolis. They have a nice playground, and the public school system, the Center for Inquiries, are always really highly spoken of. So here I am right by the Center for Inquiry, the elementary school, and I am standing here on the Cultural Trail. So if you don't currently live in downtown Indy, you might not know about it, but there is the Cultural Trail, the Monon. There are so many walking trails, biking trails. You can see right in front of me, there are these little Lime scooters so that you can get from one place to the next a little bit quicker than walking. And there's the Cultural Trail, little crosswalks that you would see downtown here in Indianapolis. So this is a great, fantastic place to come take your kids for a walk, or walk your dog, or get from one place to the next. So we are at one of our last stops for our neighborhood tour, and this is Massachusetts. So on Mass Ave, there are a ton of local delicious restaurants, as well as local and delicious bars. This would be kind of a long walk from 21st in Pennsylvania, but it is definitely biking distance. You can see Books and Brews there, Liberty Street there, that's a fun bar. There's Mesh, which is a great restaurant down there. And you can also see that there are these bikes that you can rent. It's called Pacer's Bike Share. And so if you don't have a bike, you could always use one of those. If you don't want to walk from the home down to Mass Ave, you could use one of those and get here a little quicker. But this is a great place for nightlife and maybe a younger buyer to come and hang out. So we are heading to our last stop on our little neighborhood tour. And these places are also walking distance from the home that is listed at 21st and Penn. This is Tinker Street, a very well-known local restaurant here. And then right next to it is Foundry Provisions Coffee. And Foundry Provisions is a local coffee shop with breakfast and lunch. So you can see there's a lot of construction going on down right here, but that is because of all the new and amazing improvements in Indianapolis. So we are heading back towards the home. I just want to show you kind of how close it is to all these great little spots around Indianapolis. There's a beautiful church right there, so we're gonna have to go back on Delaware. About the different things that we took you to today. So we started off at 2140 North Pennsylvania Street, and I kind of gave you a glimpse of the neighborhood, the homes around the home at 2140 North Pennsylvania, and mentioned that there was lots of neighborhood events, or there are lots of neighborhood events like Oktoberfest, a summer block party, progressive dinners. A lot of neighbors hang out on their front porches and chit chat. Maybe they have a beer or just catch up on life. Then we drove to Shoofly Public House in Mashcraft, and Shoofly has local food and beer. They have lots of events that happen, like yoga, comedy, trivia, and bingo. Yoga is actually outside, so it's in the nicer summer months, so that would be coming up here soon. It's a unique restaurant. It's definitely noteworthy, modern. It's a casual place to just grab a quick bite and a drink with friends and catch up with friends or family. So then also we went to Mashcraft, and Mashcraft is a brewery, a local brewery, and the must try I highly recommend is the Last Light IPA. It's a blood orange IPA. It's super good, but they have tons of great quality beers. So then we went to the Herron Morton Place Park, and the Herron Morton Place Park is a lovely park where you could go, you could have a picnic there, you could hang out with your kids, you could hang out with your friends, family, whoever. And I just love how it is kept up really well, meaning, you know, there's not trash all over the place and it looks like it's really taken care of. So our stops after that were CFI, the Center for Inquiry, and then we made our way to Mass Ave. Center for Inquiry is an elementary school for students and kids, and then I referred to the Herron High School, and both of those schools are highly spoken of, highly recommended by people in the neighborhood. Then we went to Massachusetts Avenue, looked at the Cultural Trail, lots of trails, as I said, that you can walk on. I mean, lots of sidewalks, obviously, too. We're passing right back by Shoofly and Mashcraft right now as we're turning back to Pennsylvania to end the tour. So we went to Massachusetts Avenue, and then we went back towards 21st in Pennsylvania, and we had a quick stop looking at Tinker Street and Foundry Provisions, which is a nice little coffee shop. Tinker, I've been there once and I just can't wait to go back. It is a very, very delicious restaurant with lots of foods that you might not have had before, and you can try out kind of some different cuisine than your typical cuisine. So here we are back at 2140 North Pennsylvania. We are approaching. It is on the right. There is a gorgeous, adorable picket fence here. It's this yellow, cute house. You see the front porch. There's a porch swing that can come out on the front porch for the summer if you want, or you could have a table like they do. So please tell anyone that you know that's looking for a home downtown Indianapolis. The inside of this home is gorgeous as well. Please don't hesitate to contact me to look at the inside, or if you want any further information, I would love to help you out. Thanks so much for joining me on this neighborhood tour, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy this beautiful sunshine.